Aloha, I'm Brad Farias, the Marketing Director for Central Pacific Bank, and I'm here today with prominent local artist, Noble Richardson, one of Maui's finest. Aloha, Noble. Thanks for joining me today. Let's talk about the great art piece that you've created for our Kahului branch.
Yeah.
And you have a special name for it. Tell me about the name, what it means.
Kahului. That was, the naming of the piece was developed through concept and brainstorming of what I would be painting. It was kind of working with a finished piece that I never had. But then, so in terms, the piece we were working on already had a name, or in a place, and so it was revisiting that, re-meeting that, talking to other folks, and really just doing my best to paint that portrait.
So, talking about the meaning, I mean, there's dunes and the wind, and needle has a meaning. Tell me about that.
Kalai, to carve or shape. That, I think that is the biggest part of naming this piece, and it's more of a delicate shaping. It's relating how wind and land can shape each other through a long period of time, and it also complements with currents in our ocean and how that shapes our ocean bed floor and corals and reefs.
Yeah, it really is representative of the area that it's in.
Yes.
Yeah. You talk about the painting as a creation or a new creation that's a portrait of what already exists. Can you tell me about that a little bit? The colors, what they mean, the relationship with each other?
When dedicating to representing the sand dunes, which is the major factor in the piece, we can't just focus in on the sand. The sand got there first from somewhere. There's relations in art. There's relations in colors. So it's as an artist, it's my job to portray that and make sure everything's in harmony. That's the way I was taught, is to build your piece in harmony, and that's the way nature works. So it really wasn't too hard, as long as you just dive in correctly and respect every part of the piece.
How did you make it modern and, traditional at the same time?
As an artist, we express the time we live in. These designs express the time it came from. Where we at holds a kapu nature in a different time. We would not be sitting here, right? But just as much as the land had to change, things adjust. I think that's natural. But I think the people from Hawaii, ethnically, are diverse, and I think appealing to everyone is the right way to do things.
Yeah, it is the right way to do things, I think. I mentioned earlier the screen is huge. That's going to be on the front of the facade of the building, 40 feet by 20 feet. What do you think you're going to feel when you see that for the first time?
I'm sure overwhelmed. As a kid, I never put together how things like that come about. How does this happen?
Yeah.
And just going through that process, through what we did.
So I would like to thank you for your impressive contribution to our new branch, for shaping and sharing your considerable talents with us, and for helping us make a significant statement to the local community with our new branch. Mahalo nui.
Mahalo.